Morning, everybody. So down here in the pit, we're going to start off the day with getting in a little bit of wedge work up here at Saticoy. After I'm done here in the pit, then we're going to go putt for a little while, and then the main order of business is going to be over at Forward Golf. I have a lesson I have to give later. Then after that, I'm going to go check my yardages. I just got my new prescription in a couple weeks ago. I built out my forward irons, and I just got to figure out how far they go as a base yardage. And honestly, the most common mistake I see giving lessons in club fittings, but especially lessons over at Forward Golf, is people come in there, they think they hit their 7-iron 160 yards, we put them on the machine, and then all of a sudden our quad tells them they hit it 135, 140, and they have a harsh reality check. By far the easiest strokes you're ever going to be able to save in golf is by simply having more information at your disposal, knowing how far you hit the clubs, knowing when to pull out the right one. So I'm going to make sure I go in there, check out my yardages today, make sure I'm hitting it as far as I think I am, and if I'm not, I'm going to go ahead and adjust. And again, main order of business is mapping that out.
And Saturday, so tomorrow will be
right.
a whole bunch of games.
That one was fun.
Then Saturday, it'll be.
God, it just sounds.
They're all there.
I know. And with all the
Dude,
guys.
you hit that fucking club.
Which one's that, Brett? Is that the title still?
This is the
Love that one. Oh, I love that one. Hit the line. Oh!
280 Oaks.
Oh, it sounded so good.
All right, what's up, you guys? So a little recap of what happened today. So first off, I started at Saticoy in the short game area, which is called the pit. Started off with some wedges, and what was really cool was I actually hit a lot of bunker shots. And today I got lucky. I got enough time somehow after giving a lesson to sneak out to the golf course and play 9 holes. And I actually had 2 bunker shots, and I hit one to 1.5 feet. The other one I hit to 6 inches. So it was really cool to have a direct correlation of my practice, and it paid off on the golf course. So that was really, really fun to see. And the other thing was just with short game and putting in general, again, the main game plan for the immediate term is the more I can put the lob wedge in my hand, the better. The more I can put my putter in my hand, the better. I fully believe that my quickest strokes to be saved are going to be with my short game and my putting, and I think it kind of proved itself on the course today. I think I got up and down Didn't hit many greens, but I think I got up and down 4 times out of 5 for the 9 holes, which was pretty good. So happy that's starting to work out. Full swing wise, found a couple feels I liked. And I think I'm going to start buttoning down what I'm doing in my swing, having less tinkering, just focusing on pattern and repetition, and just keep working some games and drills. But the feels I found were, number one, trying to feel like I'm getting a little bit more laid off up top and more shallow as I'm coming down. I'll never be a person who shallows the shaft. I wish I was. My favorite golf swings of all time are the shallowest golf swings. I just don't think it's in my DNA to do it. When I do get my swing to get as shallow as I want, it's very manipulated. I can do it, but the timing goes out the window. I lose my speed. I wish I could do it with all my heart, but I just don't know if it's in the cards for me. So as long as it's relatively not too steep and not too across the line, because for me they're very correlated, then I'm okay. Because then I'm in a position where I can turn. I can feel like my hands are more passive through the shot, and I can get my speed back because my body's really moving through it. So found a couple cool feels that kind of facilitated that today. So that'll be fun to kind of just button that down and get some reps in. Then the other big part of the day was obviously trying to get my yardages dialed in. Went over to forward, hit every club in my bag, saw how far they went, and I felt like I hit the ball really far today. Now, granted, it was 90 to 95 degrees. It's a particularly hot day, especially in Ventura, Beach City. I don't normally hit my 5-iron, whatever that was, 223 yards or something like that in the air. That's crazy far for me. Like, that's swinging out of my shoes and the downwind and everything. So maybe it was just the heat. Maybe it is my clubs. But what I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm going to come back, I'm going to validate those numbers, and I'm going to make sure I'm hitting them. If I don't, then I'm going to kind of find an average in between the two as a starting place. Then I can kind of just gently scale up or scale down as time goes on. But it'll give me a good starting place. There was also a gap, I think, for my pitching wedge to my 9-iron where I only hit my 9-iron like maybe 9 yards further than my pitching wedge. And then I hit my 8-iron like 14 yards further than my 9-iron. So there's a little inconsistency there. I might end up bending my club 1 degree stronger for the 9-iron. But one session too early to tell. Again, I want an average of a couple days, and then I'll make that call, see if I need to adjust it or not. Now, the other thing I would say is this. If you're ever going to go out and map out your yardages and how far you hit your clubs, make sure you only do it with your best golf shots. Do not do it on a set of averages. And here's the reason why. If you get a set of averages, let's say I'm going to use a round number, not that we're going to hit the ball this far, but let's just say you take your 5-iron and you hit it 200 yards. That's your average with your 5-iron, meaning your best shot flew 207 yards, your worst shot flew 193 yards, and everything else was kind of in between. Well, here's the problem with playing for an average. Let's say you have a back pin, you're 200 yards away, you pull out your 5-iron, you hit a great shot, and then all of a sudden it goes 207 yards, which is, 4 yards over the back of the green. Now you have a short-sighted chip where it's running away from you. You have no chance of getting up and down, where you're going to have to make a 30-footer, and now you might get too cute and make a double bogey or a bogey at most likely scenario. You're just giving up easy shots after you just hit a great shot. So the last thing we want to do is get penalized for hitting a good golf shot. What we want to do is we always want to be rewarded for our best shots. If we're going to miss-hit it, that's when we have to try and get up and down or lag putt from a long distance. We never want to get hurt for a good golf shot if we can avoid it. So what you want to do is wait until you hit the perfect golf shot or a very, very good golf shot. I always use a scale of 1 to 10. It has to be at least an 8 out of 10 in order for it to qualify. Now, when I say an 8 out of 10 golf shot, meaning number one, it had to feel good and it had to sound good. Those are the two quickest things we're going to identify. But also, did it have your normal curvature? If you're a fader or a drawer, did it curve the way you thought it was going to curve? And did it not curve way too much? Did it look like a good shot in your eyes when you do hit good shots on the course? Did it kind of fly the height you were looking for? And if you jump through all those hurdles, then you record it and you say, okay, that was how far I hit that club. And you want to record two things. Number one, you want to record how far you carry the ball or how far you hit it in the air. And you also want to record how far the ball rolls out. Now with a lob wedge or sand wedge, you might spin it backwards. You want to take note of that. And a 5-iron or 4-iron or whatever you have at the top end of your bag, it might roll out 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 yards. Whatever that is, take note of that as well. So some clubs might just hit and stick. Some might roll. Some might spin back. Whatever it is, take note of both. That way you can adjust when you're on the golf course. And like I said, validate it. Do one day. Make sure, it doesn't get hotter or colder the next day. Your body doesn't feel better or worse the next day. Make sure you confirm those numbers. And the final thing I'll say about that is this. Make sure you're not trying to swing hard and make it a long drive contest, because it's so easy to get on a simulator and all of a sudden you swing out of your shoes trying to hit it hard just because everybody sees how far they're hitting a club. Doesn't matter which one it is. And they're like, well, can I hit it another 2 yards further, another 5 yards further? And that's not the point of what irons are. Irons are for precision. Sure, driver, you can turn into a long drive contest once in a while. But with irons, it's all about precision. So when you're measuring it, make sure it's your normal swing. You're not swinging harder. You're not swinging softer. You're trying to have the most representative swing of what you're trying to do on the golf course. And that's going to give you a good sense of how far you hit the golf ball. So that's how I'd map out yardages. And if you don't have access to a launch monitor, which I think they're pretty common nowadays, I think pretty much all of us can do it now. But if you didn't for whatever reason, go to the golf course late in an evening, go play 9 holes, and then just drop balls at random yardages. Drop a ball at 200 yards, 190, 180, work all the way up to 100 yards or 80 yards, and just kind of go through your bag and see how far you hit each club. See if you're coming up short, see if you're going long. Just start to get a sense, and hopefully you're doing it when there's not much wind. Again, hopefully not too hot, not too cold, not too windy, not too uphill or downhill of a shot. But if you just drop balls at particular yardages and you're hitting to a target, you're going to get a sense of how far you're hitting it. It might take you a few more days to do it that way, but at least you have something in your repertoire to do it. So again, that was the big thing today. I felt like I hit my yardages far. We'll validate tomorrow, make any adjustments we need, kind of get an average of the 2 days after that, because again, it'll be an average of good shots, not an average of everything total. And we'll see where we stand. So that'll be the game plan for tomorrow. But yeah, everything's going good so far. Days are long, a lot of time on my feet. Kind of forgot how much time is spent on your feet when you're practicing this much, but enjoying it. So till tomorrow.